Well, it's a bit murky overhead, but nevertheless, we are going to enjoy ourselves tonight as it is time for the Canadian Grand Prix. Here, as we are just over the pond from Europe, which is fantastic stuff indeed. Then, of course, Canada is kind of like in the middle of like nowhere, isn't it? Really, in the terms of the calendar, isn't it? Where he jumped from like Europe over to the North Americas and back across, which has always been like that, to be honest, hasn't it? Of course, we did have two North American races, didn't we, back in the mid 2000s? Of course, with the race in Indianapolis, and of course the Canadian Grand Prix as well, where Hamilton actually did a double, didn't he? And that was his first two Grand Prix wins as well for Hamilton back in 2007. But I don't think anyone's interested in that today. What we are interested in today is seeing what is cooking on the silver menu and all that kind of stuff. Well, what's cooking at the moment is Delando leads the championship by 3 points, 9 points in front of Kian. It was in third position, and then Kian has been Mr. Consistent so far in this championship. That's what's keeping him in business at the moment now, and looking very strong for maybe a double promotion. Goodness gracious me. Jay Hings, just like his teammate, Kian, fantastic in terms of consistency, fantastic indeed. Kiki in fifth position there. Sixers are to beat Flippy in seventh position there in the Kick Sauber. Of course, has been promoted to the Kick Sauber in the last couple of weeks. Good stuff indeed there. Vestier in eighth position with Cameron Racer in ninth, and Nigel missing second race sadly, but he's in 10th in the championship. But Nigel is not well, unfortunately. So hopefully Nigel will be raring to go for the next race, which is the mystery race, which is coming up next week. Cannot wait for that then. Sadly, Justify and Kaidat are yet to score at the moment there. Unfortunately, in the Constructors Championship, 15 points separates the Red Bull and the Aston Martin team. Alpine are a further 30 points back from the McLaren. Mercedes 25 points back from the Alpine. 43 points away from the McLaren. There's yellow flags. What's occurred? Oh my gosh, then something's happened. Jay Hings are just getting out of people's way, I think, actually. So let's carry on then. And we've got Mercedes on only 5 points away for the Williams team. Then Kick Sauber only 6 points away from the Mercedes. Kick Sauber have gone from last to 7th thanks to Flippy's brilliant performance and Marsky's brilliant performance in the last race. Fantastic. Ferrari in 8th position on 19 points, 12 points for Haas and 5 points for the RB team then. Hello and welcome to the stream, or welcome to the broadcast, or whatever we like to call it these days. I've still got a runny nose. I still haven't blown my nose from last night. To be honest, I'm one of those people that still wipes my nose in my sleep because I'm a disgusting human being, and I do like to, and I normally have a snail trail. So Flippy, unfortunately, has trailed off the circuit there. R2B then is just going under the bridge. Unfortunately, I remember that corner for all the wrong reasons because I'm a David Coulthard fan. I don't know what I was a David Coulthard fan. I have no idea, to be honest. But, probably because he looked so good when he first started in F1, albeit he did start in the very impressive Williams Renault car back in 1994. Did RDC then. So who is going to be first man across the line? It is Riley in pole position mode on a 10-3 so far. Holla! Good luck all there from Wardo. I've got really sore lips at the moment. They're really, oh my gosh, R2B commitment! Incredible! And wow, we've only like 3 minutes into this qualifying session. I've already fallen off my poof. That's incredible stuff indeed. Oh my word. I've got really sore lips at the moment. I don't think I've been kissing anything I should have been kissing, unless of course I'm at work, obviously. Of course I'm a brown noser. Harvest here is second fastest at the moment. Reflections is the slowest of the 5 runners so far. They're coming in thick and fast. And Marsky has he now got some consistency underneath? Has he got some confidence as well in the Kick Sauber now? After a very difficult start to this campaign, and Jay Hings left the helmet sign. Very much a very Australian vibe there, isn't there? Maybe a bit of the wannabes for Jay Hinks. I don't think there's any Australian sport on at the moment, albeit we are, but we do look well. Unfortunately for Will Power in IndyCar, it didn't go too well last night. Kiki fastest so far. Not surprised with Kiki as he seems to own that pole position. There's Kiki then, albeit he's only got 2 pole positions, I'll say only, along with May Randolph and also Flippy as well. So those are our poles at the moment. Yellow flags there. Do not worry about the yellow flags in qualifying trim. We're more concerned about the performance of the cars. Also because yellow flags usually when people are getting out of the way. Here's Gordo. I wonder what Gordo's got on the menu tonight then. Here comes the Duke, who won last week in impressive style as well, and he's still in the McLaren there, still subbing in for Nigel, who is not well. Unfortunately, the former world champion in ALR is our Nige. So sadly for Nigel then, so we're going to miss this race as well. Delando has set a time, but it's not a representative time so far for the championship leader. Mr. Raging Bull has currently gone into 9th fastest. What about the Duke, who is certainly been the measuring stick in last week's Grand Prix? Where was we last week? We was in Spain, wasn't we? There was no pain for Duke, and 3rd fast at the moment there for the Duke. Really good stuff indeed then. And of course, I did ask about Duke whether he might be interested in a full-time position there. He kept his cards close to his chest, didn't he? Did the Duke last week then. Here comes Gordo. Gordo's used all that deployment, goes 5th fast about for Gordo. Gordo's had a pretty hard season, hasn't he? Let's not, I don't like to beat around the bush. Gordo's had a pretty disappointing season, especially to his high level for Gordo. Gordo's normally right up there, but it's been a bit of a shocking stuff so far for Gordo. Good luck, Silver, here to see the strategies for tomorrow, says Jinner. Also, Sarah's much then. Evening, ladies. Good luck, sir. Spit a lot then. Soft Jinner, says Sarah's much. Actually, Jinner, if it's a dry race, I suggest you go in wet, please. That's the only hope I've got, to be honest. It's Kite Out is unfortunately invalidated his time. Flippy's going up for a 2nd time run at the moment. Kiki currently fastest at the moment. There is a Camro's out very early on. Goodness gracious me, Camro. Very much then keen to get this one wrapped up and underway then here tonight. And of course, if he gets a pole position, his his 8th pole position of his career in silver. Reflection starts his 115th Grand Prix start tonight. Nameless has currently gone fastest so far by just under a whisker of a 10th of a second there from Kiki in 2nd position. And I must say, I wish that I do like to see Kiki Nameless and fighting for pole position, but I would like to see Kiki potentially and Camera Racer get some pace in the race as well then. But it says this guy who's on his poof, thank goodness me. Yeah, I'm not exactly the one to talk, am I, really? Especially after this Ginger Rage did pit and quit last week. But let's not name and shame here. We're not like to pointing fingers, that's all I say. Just don't tell Favre. Unfortunately, I think Favre kind of knew that. I think I'm on 5 license points now for some reason. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. He did come out there. I don't think I'm on 5 license points there. But then again, I try not to look at the license points because that's negative viewing, which I do not want to see. Gordo makes his 139th Grand Prix start tonight, by the way. Fantastic stuff indeed. Silver got a lot of big starters in Grand Prix racing now. Of course, Farf is making his 128th Grand Prix start in silver. That's just silver. That's not in ALR as a total. Here's Mayron off right now. So then Mayron off, showing his performance in qualifying, but the race trim again, it's just not been there, has it? 3rd fastest for the RB driver. RB are currently, which will be Racing Bulls next season. RB just currently haven't got it in terms of qualifying. In terms of race trim there. Riley goes 6th fastest and in front of his teammate. That's very impressive indeed then. So it's had a big old lock up down into the hairpin now. Oh dear then. I found the hards to be better race start with and we'll go 20 plus laps, says Jinner. Sorry, I smashed my mic there. Goodness me. Let's keep it PG, ladies and gentlemen. As Aston Martin is right in the way. That is not ideal. Flippy's gone 2nd fastest. If I was Camera Racer, I'd be absolutely furious with that Aston Martin. However, he was going to start a lap as well, was he? But of course, I am Ginger Rage. That's what I do. And because it's R2B as well, he was the pimp. We're not going to double on the R2B Ori. But sadly, if the admins are watching, or if Smith and Mighty's watching, then there might be a bit of trouble afoot for R2B then. But a 10th for a second up. Oh, and R2B's back end has gone a bit light there on the rear, which is sadly something which I'd love to say, which has never happened to me. I think my rear looks more like a dump truck at the moment, and not a good one. Reflections goes 12th fastest. Goodness me. I don't know what it is about Mondays. I'm in a really good mood as well, because I haven't been to work today, which is fantastic. Kian currently down in 16th fastest. That's not ideal for the bronze champion, is it? Not much drop off there. It's Lies Jenner. 5 laps back. There's a update then. Mandatory 4 stop. That's the one. Yeah, I reckon we should have a mandatory 4 stop. Of course, Monaco's now got a mandatory 2 stop, haven't they? Or that's been discussed. Which they had a meeting, didn't they, the FIA or the commission or whatever they're called. But apparently not all the big hitters were there. So I don't know how they're going to they can't really force up. Well, they can do what they want, really. Ben Salim seems to do whatever he wants anyway. On board Kian now. Anyway, enough about that. Goodness gracious me, I might get myself in trouble. Well, even though the FIA probably doesn't even watch this, to be fair, does they? But you never know. You don't know who's lurking in the old comment section as well. Out of the hairpin as well, and onto the back straight, which of course, when I first started watching F1 or started playing F1, there was a really horrible chicane halfway down that back straight, and of course it was all curvy as well. Then of course now it's more straight. Of course there were a lot of track amendments in the 94 and 95 season. Kian crossed the line. Kian only 12th fastest for the Red Bull driver. The Constructors' Championship leaders, third and fourth, Jay Hings and Kian, is currently 11th and 12th at the moment. There's something going wrong with the championship protagonists potentially, or maybe they're just getting their eye in. It's Mr. Raging Bull. Oh, look at that. Glancing blow then, of course, as we are in the French-speaking Canadian residency, and a bit of a French kiss there from Mr. Raging Bull in 7th at this moment in time then. And here comes Archer Beat, who is, he was 0.3 of a second up, but he's invalidated. I think it's in the final chicane. A lot of the commitment that the drivers took last night was absolutely fantastic. Flippies into the pits. Nameless is 700 of a second up, 400 of a second up then in the second split time. Kiki's had an issue then, it's coming back into the garage. Into the garage right now. Don't make the pimp slap you then. Serious question that I love a good slap, but it depends on how hard he slaps me. And of course, we have to keep it PG as well. It's only 7:30 there. Of course, we have started a bit early as the silver driver was keen to get on there and keen to go on, which is fantastic stuff indeed. Then here comes the Nameless. My goodness me! How incredible was he in that final chicane there? I thought he was going to go over in there. He lost a bit of time. You felt it when he was on board the back end. My goodness me, that's fantastic though, isn't it? That's what we do love about this. Of course, drivers at the absolute limit of adhesion? I don't know what that word that Martin Brundle says. At the limit to their powers and beyond, which is great to see. There's a Haas. Did that Haas go around there? It did indeed then. When the Haas was there, did have a bit of a spin there. We didn't see who it was then, but they're touring in the background. I think it's Kai Dow, sadly, who hasn't got time on the board yet with 5.5 minutes to go in this quali session. A late or early gamble of a safety car, then yes, but other than that, not really. 37 laps, Gordo, not worth it. Says I've read the other ones. Our soft said good in this race. That's what I should have been reading first. I apologise profusely. Gordo said it's soft said good then, unless there's an early or late safety car, then it's not worth it. Says Jenner, and a Serious Mushroom may run off, as actually ran off with pole position at the moment there, and currently by 0.5 of a second is on pole position there. Camera Racer is on the back straight then, and there he goes then. Of course, 3 jars centre around here, you're all spoilt for choice, and you've given this, gracious me. And you know what, I've got to blow my nose as well. I've got a really red nose, man. I look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. After Christmas as well, to be honest, as well, of course, after he's had all those carrots and stuff like that. Do they... red deers do eat carrots, don't they? I think so. Anyway, I'm usually, I must admit, I'm usually tucked up in bed then before the food is out for Santa. And goodness me, why am I talking about Santa when we've got 10 months away from Christmas? Thank goodness for that. As Camaro is too greedy on the curb there on the entry, and unfortunately because of that, then that's a invalidation there. What about Delando? Delando down in 9th position. Goodness gracious me, there's a lot of big hitters here. Nameless could potentially go top of the championship here then. Goodness me, this is going to get interesting there. Marsky then, who is in 10th at the moment, great stuff indeed there. Gordo is thinking about the medium tyres. Kaidal into the wall and taking a very committed indeed. Nope, Gordo's gone back to his Kaidal's got a time on the board now, 0.3 of a second slower than R2B. And both drivers, R2B and Kaidal, them start off their careers and they are as 100% racers. And I must say, hats off to R2B and Kaidal for very much adapting there, because I must say it's a completely different kettle of fish, and you've got basically Marsky doing a bit of grass cutting there, and then going over the Rolex. Of course, it's the last season we're going to have Rolex sponsorship in F1 before we go to Tag Heuer, which is a bit of a flashback for me. I love a bit of Tag Heuer sponsorship. Of course, when I watched F1, that's all it was. It was Tag Heuer time and all that kind of stuff. When they had the bright yellow numbers and blue and like the white and blue name tags and all that kind of stuff, which is really cool indeed. Then, gosh, I love that. Delando there is just stretching out that Renault engine there as he's coming down the back straight, and Here we go, that sniffle again. Then, I must say, I am the biggest whip ever when it comes to being ill. I was, I wasn't even that ill on last Tuesday, but my goodness me, I felt it Tuesday afternoon. I was literally watching that clock at work, and I just wanted to. I was careful there. I could have got could have got in trouble there if I missed that all out. I was watching that clock at work on Tuesday, and what made it worse, I had to work late as well. So yeah, it wasn't ideal at all. Then. So we got 2 minutes. No, we got 3 minutes to go in this qualifying session now. Good luck, all, says R2B. Good luck, Pimp, says Serious Mushroom. I wonder if R2B's got a low rider. I reckon he has, hasn't he? R2B has probably got. Just do they do low rider Aston Martins? I don't really know, to be honest. It's not really something that I thought of, but I'll probably Google it after this race, and unless anyone in the comments can enlighten me. Let's go on board Jay Hings, fourth in the championship, and he's going to revel up and let her go. Across the grid hatch, of course, you diagonal the straight to begin with because you want to be on the correct side going into turn 1 and 2. Then, of course, turn 1's more of an entry point into turn 2, then, and then you get on the power end for turn 3 and 4. Of course, that is very much an error generator there. Oh, goodness me, almost kissing the Arnco on the outside then. And yellow flag them. I'm not sure who for then, and Jay Hings has backed off here as Jay Hings and Kian there is just about to start his lap now. There's a no, we're gonna stick with Flippy. I think Flippy, who could be a major factor in this championship. He's on 42 points there, and in the 4 races he scored in, Flippy has had a fourth, and a second. He retired in the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix after that first lap incident there. But there's a lot of cars out on circuit for Flippy. 1,000th of a second down on his first sector time. Golly gosh! But he's on the limit, isn't he? Goodness gracious me. Now on the back straight then, and you can see he's gone over to the extreme right hand side there. That's interesting. I haven't seen many cars do that, but goodness me, so much commitment for Flippy. Of course, a pole. Has he got a pole position in his current? He's got 2, and he's almost 2/10 a second up in the second split time there. I know nothing about F1, and that is fantastic because there's me and giving him some jip about being on the right hand side. I know absolutely diddly squat that. We've got a bit of a slipstream in the foreground there from the Haas, I believe that is, and he's going to tow him along. Fantastic. Now into 13 and 14. Oh, fantastic. He's nailed it. And he comes across the line and it's Flippy pole position. Yes. Yes, 966, no, 006 pole position now. Wow, that was fantastic. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. Oh, camera is crawling now. Issues out. The Duke is about to start his lap. Mr. Raging Bull has had an issue there. What about Kian? Kian there is just starting his lap again. He's down in 9th position. I think he's just finished the lap, you know. And now here comes Delando. Marsky is on a lap then as he attacks the curb set. Gordo is just started this lap. And Jay Hings there is almost out of fuel. And has he got enough in this Red Bull now to get him to the end of the lap? Then I do not know. Ooh. And now as we go into 13 and 14, and look at the commitment, almost into the wall of champions there for Jay Hings. Golly gosh, across the line. I think that lap deserved more than 13th there, and now it's 14 because Vestier is now up into 13th position and stolen that spot there. Camera Racer has abandoned his time and come into the garage set. I think that Marsky, what a qualifying performance from Marsky. He is showing some speed now, Marsky is, and that is fantastic. Both kick salvers are currently first and sixth set. We've still got a couple more. May Ranoff is invalidated his time. That could be done and dusted. That is courage potentially for May Ranoff, unfortunately. Here comes Nameless, and he's second in the World Championship. R2B just in front of us. R2B jumps at the 14th. Nameless is on pole position there for the Canadian Grand Prix. Kiki is invalidated right at the end, and it's the Duke on pole position and fourth is out of qualifying. My word. And what about Flippy? Has Flippy got anything left? No, I think he's into the garage now. And who's that off? Who's that? That's Kiki, who's frustrated the McLaren there. Potentially could have got pole position, but invalidated the final stretch of that qualifying. And now here comes Mr. Raging Bull, 900th down, but there's more than enough that he can salvage from here. Mr. Raging Bull stays in 10th position. What about Irvine? Irvine abandons his up. It's the Duke on pole position, man, for the Canadian Grand Prix. I think that's the Duke's first pole position of his career in silver as well. If I am not very much mistaken, let's have a gander, shall we? It is indeed. So in seven qualifying attempts, the Duke is on pole position there. Fantastic stuff indeed, and what a performance there. Jinner, nice spot. Good luck from Flippy then. Nice by Duke says Jinner as well. Then don't spin the race, Kiki. Oh goodness me. Says Ultimate Beast. I don't know what's wrong with my lips. My lips are so sore. Look at that. The gap is 800ths of a second at the moment there between Duke and Nameless. And I must say that Nameless probably would not like to have seen the Duke in this race again, because that's more points being taken off of Nameless. Remember, Nameless could have and should have got second position, was it? Right up until the final lap of Spain there, where Duke and Nameless was duking it out. And what an incredible race that was indeed then. I'll be right back. Reserve back on top, says Ultimate Beast. Rufflecopter. I just had the Rufflecopter in. It looks like there's a lot of really competitive reserves in Silver this year, isn't it? And that is just going to muddy the waters ever so slightly in this championship campaign. I am sure of it. As we go off for the formation lap, then for the Grand Prix here in Canada. Wouldn't it be cool if you can actually amend these lobby settings where you can have rolling starts and things like that? Wouldn't that be amazing? Probably not, because I don't think I wouldn't like a rolling start. Actually, I love it. I love standing starts. I don't think I was watching IndyCar last night, and I so much prefer rolling starts. Right, enough about IndyCar. Let's go on with ALR, shall we? ALR Formula One here in silver tonight, in round 8 in silver. Of course, the championship has finally poisoned, and as always in silver, apart from last year, which was actually by the man who's just commented in the comments there, Ultimate Beast, said it's always been a close season, but last season was far from it. Duke pole position for the first time in his career. Nameless alongside him on row 1. Duke and Nameless then. Is it going to be season 2? Flippy in third position with May Randolph there. Had an issue in this final lap then, as did Kiki, and I think Flippy did as well. Camera also had an issue there down in 6th position. Delando, the championship leader, I believe, it's only down in 7th position there. So the Alpine drivers got a bit of work to do. Marsky, it's great to see Marsky back in on form. Absolutely fantastic indeed. Both on hard tyres on row number 4. Gordo in 9th. Great to see Gordo up there as well. Fantastic. Unbeknownst to me on the medium tyres. And Mr. Raging Bull and Riley in 10th and 11th position. Kean for the championship down in 12th there. And the only driver in the second half of the field is on medium tyres. Everyone else is now on hard. Vestier in 13th, R2B in 14th, J Hings in 15th. Goodness me, the two Red Bulls are just not suited to this track at all, are they? Goodness gracious me. Reflection in 16th, Irvine in 17th, Kydal in 18th, Farfin at 19th position. Hard show season for Farfair, isn't it? But I'm going to be nice to Far tonight. He's had a tough week. 20th position is Tori. I didn't see him actually at all in qualifying there. Brabbit, great to see my man Flippy in the top 3. Let's go, Flippy, says Brabbit then. Indeed. To us, it'd be great to see me in the top 20 tomorrow night. Right then, let's get on the grid for the start. As that green flag is fluttering. And then, here we go then. So we're all lined up on the grid now, preparing ourselves for the start of the Canadian Grand Prix here in Montreal Circuit. Gilles Villeneuve, it's lights out, and away we go then for the Canadian Grand Prix. A bit of wheel sphere from the Aston Martin as he goes down into turn 1. It's a short run down into turn 1 as Nameless is trying to hang on the outside, but no dice as they all get away safe and sound to that. There's a bit of banging. There's a Red Bull then almost into the side of the Mercedes there. Oh my goodness gracious me. The Aston Martin has spun the car, and that's R2 beat then, and that's a 1, front spin there. As Gordo's had a drop down the order as well. There's also, oh goodness me, he's inside, Vessier, it's inside. Well, the Ferraris of Irvine, I think it is there. Hard to beat right at the back of the field, but Duke has had the perfect start. But it's all anarchy in the midfield. Then Farfus made up a few positions already in this one. Fantastic stuff indeed then. But unfortunately, his teammate Vestier's dropped down 3 positions. Duke, Nameless, Flippy may run off at the top 4 as status quo. Then his camera racer up 1 position. Kiki dropped down a position there. And up 3 is Kian. Then Kian then, of course, had a terrible qualify. But goodness me, he is on the ball in the Grand Prix so far. Looking at Williams there up the inside. That's Farfus having a keys through and passes the Haas car, does he? As the Haas car is barging him back out the way. Then where is Farfus? There they are then. So here's Duke then. As you can see, there's a lot of jostling around already. Farfus has not got past that Haas car just yet. His reflections showing all of his experience. 2 drives the most experience in ALR history. And that one complete. The gap is 5/10 of a second. It's all going to be about trying to get out of that DRS range there. And who's that there? There's Vessier on the outside. Gordo's had a horror show. And Vessier's well off the circuit there. See, I think he's just about kept on there. Good job of not racing here in the 80s, because I think there used to be a tree there. But of course, they're modern F1 standards these days. Gordo is down into 50 on the medium tyres. A horror show start for Gordo after a cracking qualifying. And Gordo will be very disappointed at that then. Of course, Gordo far from reflections. They're all above the 100 starts mark in silver. Down in 13th, 14th and 15th at the moment. Is this a new man's game these days then? Goodness gracious me. And flying past me now. And everyone is in DRS range of each other at the moment. And even R2B, who has had an issue on the opening lap then, and somehow got back into DRS range as well. Hats off there. Good stuff indeed then. Back at the front. And it is Duke 5/10 of a second in front of Nameless. And then Nameless is being hounded by the Kick Sauber. Then of course 2 green machines then, albeit one's a very light green, the other one's quite a beautiful British racing green as well. Albeit I don't mind the Kick Sauber, it looks beautiful. 3-second penalty already for camera race. The penalties was quite apparent last night. Kiki is flying and he's got the fast up race and having a slip down into turn 1 there. But of course then it's very difficult to overtake into turn 1 there. Oh goodness me. And we've had a lot of incidents there over the past it's turn 2 more than turn 1 with Webber and Hamilton. Also I remember Irvine and Coulthard back in 99. Unfortunately for Kiki, that might have been a quarter cut there, but luckily we didn't see it then, so I've turned my nose away. Duke at 6/10 of a second, and as I think that at the moment there, Flippy, of course, one of the newer drivers that has been promoted to a full-time driver, flying at the moment is Flippy, and it's going to be a major factor in the outcome of this championship, and I reckon he's going to be involved in this championship as well. It's so close. This championship is going to be this season, and I cannot wait then. Of course, we did say at the beginning, didn't we? Me and Alex said that Silver is probably one of the most unpredictable ones on the out to call out of all of them. Farfus finally got past reflections there, but Gordo wants a piece of that action as well. But Gordo has had a horror show of exit there, and Tori's now with the 15th position there. Tori, the Super Sub for the RB, 260 position there, and Gordo's in the heart of the hard tyres there, and Gordo's a shocking start. Both Ferraris are 17th and 18th then. Of course, Ferrari very synonymous with car 27, of course, with Gilles Villeneuve, and of course Jean Alesi as well back in 1995. However, Gordo and Irvine, of course, Irvine also synonymous with Ferrari as well. So as Irvine almost brought the crown back to Ferrari back in 99, albeit he did do with the constructors. Cameron's got a second penalty after only 4 laps. Cameron is absolutely flying out there. Flying Flipper, great name, Sean. Thank you. I didn't even mean to do that. To be honest, I'm just speaking absolute boulder dash, as you're well aware. Bravo there. Duke is 7/10 of a second away then, but I think at the moment Nameless would just want to get these points on the board then, because he threw away a lot of points last week, didn't he? Marsky and Key, and then both championship rivals, and the Key there scampering off the circuit, and the Alpine of Riley there it's like a domino there. Oh, I love the dominoes right now. And now Riley up the inside, contact with who was that? That was one of the Williams is saying Kean. Oh my goodness me, that is not for a PG, so good heavens above. Oh my word. And now Riley is lost out then to the Haas of reflections as well. There's reflections. I think the 5 went into the back of Kean, I think now. As we got as now Mr. Ranger Ball is through. Kean is down into 10th position now. As Jay Hinks has moved up a couple of positions as well. As Riley is in the pits. So that's not ideal for Riley. And of course he's on the hard tyres as well. That is double whammy then. What is going on down into turn 1 then? It's reflections lost out, and Kaida's got a 3-second penalty. What about Vessier then? Riley out of the Grand Prix. Frustration there for the Alpine driver. and that is a major factor in what could be potentially a crushing blow for Alpine's constructors' hopes. Then, but let's see then. Of course, I am. No, do not count our chickens before they hatch. Then. And Easter is just around the corner as well. My favourite time of the year. I love a bit of chocolate, albeit I'm trying to be super slimmy at the moment, which is not going well, to be fair, as I just love chicken too much. Vessier's through, got past Reflections there. Don't encourage him, says Serious Vessier. I don't even need encouragement, do I, to be honest. This yellow flag, it's for the Alpine driver there. Kite out at the back of the field there. It's a bit of a tough time for Kite out at the moment. It's hats off to Kite out, by the way, for sticking on it. And I must say, a better man than me. To be honest, even when I just have a bit of a runny nose, I call it a day. May run off and out of the final turn, and goodness me, it's all over the back of Flippy like a bad rash here. He's going to have a sniff into turn one, nothing more than that though. Of course, you need a lot of overspeed, don't you, to have a go into turn one there. Of course, we had synchronized spinning, did we? It was in between Rosberg and Trulli 1 year. I can't know if it's 2007 or 8, something like that. That's one way to pass Serious Vessier. To be honest, go for it if you can do it, but however, I would have a feeling that the stewards would probably want to look at that. Reflections there is a 3-second penalty. We also seen someone else have a and someone else had a 3-second penalty as well. There as well, I think. And I've just, oh gosh, I got too excited. I've kicked my slipper over there. Goodness me, I need to sit down a minute. Duke leads, below by 5/10 of a second there, but Nameless, I don't think has been attacking Duke, to be honest. He's been more concerned about Flippy in the background, and there is Flippy at the moment. It's been absolutely a revelation since going into that kick Sauber for time. Oh no, it's a Haas. And it's the corner where Jacques Villeneuve crashed in 2006 for his BMW Sauber. Almost the same colour. Gordo's off as well. What a horror show. Couple of laps there from Gordo. Kimi Räikkönen spun there in 2014 and 15, if I remember, when, of course, the hybrid first came in. May ran off for penalties as well, and we've seen May ran off there having a few liberties with the track there, and R2B, and we've got R2B and Irvine going side by side, and R2B is through. And up into 16th position there. Irvine down into 17th at this moment in time. My gosh. Oh, a lot of penalties out there already, isn't there? Goodness gracious me. I've just coughed, Sean. I might pit and quit tomorrow. he's a cheeky old mushroom, isn't he? Bugger. I was going to swear at him as well. Look at that. Duke is now out of DRS range. Nameless has got to do something about this ASAP here, because this is a crucial part of Grand Prix. And that is incredible. I think the Duke is pretty impressive indeed, isn't it? And of course, my goodness me, I would actually say maybe the Duke then is going to be a major player, especially if there is a seat coming up then. And that is certainly going to give a lot of the top drivers some cause for concern, especially the way Duke is driving at the moment. Flippy. No, not quite. They're going into 13 and 14. Chicane, and his Vessier has got past Tory and made his way up into 30 position now. Both Williamses are now line or start. Nameless has lost out, and look, Flippy is through and up into second position now. Nameless is Nameless the cork in the bottle. I'm wondering if Flippy and May run off and Kiki's going like, we got to get a move on now, because with Duke out of DRS, this is a crucial part of this Grand Prix. And of course, with the Duke now then with no DRS then, it's going to be very difficult, but Flippy there is really, look at that. Nameless has got issues, major issues indeed. The camera racer dropped down the order as well as Kiki, and now we've got, I think Delando's involved in this one as well. Let's go on board with Mr. Raging Bull. My gosh, Kiki's in the wall, and oh no, what has happened there to Kiki? I think there's a bit of a gap already, but that is frustration for Kiki. It's a VSC, might be able to pit now, and maybe not lose as much time, but depends. Oh, and someone else has had issues. Marsky has had issues down the hairpin. Oh, me word. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. That's not ideal at all, is it now? So, VSC, I reckon the medium runner should come in the pits now, surely. What about the top? Yes, Duke's in. What about Flippy? Flippy is in as well. Yes, they're all coming in the pits then. So, who is that? That's the Delando. Delando has stayed out, but he's on the hard tyres. So, interesting stuff here. My goodness me, and Marsky has stayed out as well, but is Marsky got damage? I think he has, and I reckon it's... No, he hasn't, he's okay. It's just the trick of the camera and also the trick of my head as well. potentially. So let's see, where is Duke? Duke is, well, oh goodness me, that's incredible there. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm looking at now, but I think that was Kiki's car, I think that was almost incredible stuff indeed. I think that McLaren got hacks there. Flippy's all over the gearbox of Duke. He has gained so much time on the Duke. The Duke's had a bit of an issue in the pit lane, and now this is really taken to life. This race has Flippy going for his he's got 2 pole positions, never got a Grand Prix win before. Duke was the latest, newest Grand Prix winner. Kiki almost went twice there. Never mind, 3rd time lucky, says Serious Russian. So Kiki down in 18th position there, but this race is not over yet. Gordo did not pit either, but Gordo, I must say, is having a horror show start, sadly, in that Ferrari. We'll come back to those 2 drivers in a minute. Delando leads. Mr. Rage and Ball is now in the 2nd position. Marsky up in the 3rd, but Marsky, no, he doesn't have DRS. I'm just telling lies. I'm telling lies. Far from 5th position there, behind Jay Hings. Delando has lost the lead then. Of course, Delando is the championship leader. Tori's got past Vessier. That could be crucial later on then. What about these 2 here? Flippy has passed Duke then, and that is going to be a crucial part of the race. Duke is going to be very frustrated. He did the hard work and the opening stints of this race there. Got out of DRS range, and now all of a sudden there he is. He lost a lot of time in the pits. Did the McLaren team was the McLaren team a bit slow here? Potentially, Benny Hill was using for Kiki's crew there. I must say, I can't say that was incredibly quick for the McLaren team. They are one of the best pit mechanics now. Kiki, I think, is going to be very frustrated in that McLaren down in 18th position. However, for Kiki, luckily for Kiki, he has pitted now and he can salvage something in this race. Then, but he was in a 5th position there before all that hoo-ha came undone, sadly. Down into the hairpin again then, which seems to have been the scene of what has happened. It is Reflections of the circuit, who stayed out and was one of the final runners who had stayed out and has lost a lot of time and lost a lot of front wing. Goodness gracious me. And that Aston Martin, Nameless there, not waiting. Oh, and Reflections, I think he was looking at the a different car. Reflections having issues there. Vessier has got past. Delando has retaken the lead in the Canadian Grand Prix. Lap 11 out of 35 here. My word. And Duke has got past Flippy as well. So that is the battle for the de facto lead at the moment. But let's see how this one transpires. We've got a long way to go in this one. Penalties are going to be crucial in this race, and which are crucial in every race, to be honest, but certainly this one, as this is a penalty generator race. And goodness me, and look at that Farfen, always committed as ever, isn't he? Every time you go on board with Farfen, it's like watching one Pablo Montoya. Very fraught at the wheel there, isn't he? There, he's not super smooth like a Jensen Button, is he? Or he is certainly attacks the circuit, doesn't he? And for Reflections in the pits, medium tyres for Reflections. I got to say, that's going to be difficult, as Gordo has recovered, but has got a lot of damage there. Gordo's not pitted yet. Reflections now on the medium tyres. I don't think he's going to get to the end. And look at this, down into the hairpin as well. Delando fighting with, I think that's Mr. Raging Bull, but Mr. Raging Bull there is going wheel to wheel there. Delando, Mr. Raging Bull, Marsky into a brilliant front position there. Then we got the Red Bull and Farfin at 4th and 5th position. And now he takes the lead then, and look at this, incredible driving here, flicking it through the final corner as well. Irvine has got past R2, beat then. These two are having an incredible battle before the VSC, and are still having an incredible battle after the VSC. Duke and Flippy decide to go status quo this time around. Look, there's Nameless, there's Mayronoff as well. Those two that have been battling have now brought Nameless and Mayronoff back into this gaggle then. Of course, Mayronoff has had a bit of a difficult start this season. Marsky's got a 3-second penalty. That's going to be unfortunate. Mayronoff has had a difficult start to this season. That's the only 5 points so far, and the man is qualified in the top 10 more often than not. We've only 5 points to his name then. That's not ideal. Gordo is in the pits now. Kiki has set the fast up the race there. Once again, Kiki's shown that he has pace, but he's 10 seconds away from Camera Racer. So Kiki is on the venture up there again, and unfortunately. As Colin B, can you keep an eye on the gap to the leader every now and again, please, says Colin. Yes, I will, my good sir. As there is the gap to the leader at the moment on lap 12 then. And of course, what does Colin mean about that then, I hear you ask then? I know that all you guys are more educated than me, but Duke, who's coming to the pit, said Duke, Flippy, Nameless and Mayronoff have all pitted. The drivers from 9th and above have not pitted, so we're going to keep an eye on that gap then, as Vessier has lost out then to someone. So now up the inside goes Delando. Oh my word, it's getting a bit robust there. That is the gap to, remember, we're just looking at the gap to the leader at the moment there. This season has been brutal. Don't be so needy, Colin. Goodness me. To be honest, though, I think that Colin does need to be needy because let's be honest about it, and he needs to shout when things need to be shown because I have no idea what's going on in this race. Sometimes, a lot of time, and all the time. Potentially as well, but the gap then. So that's what Colin wants. Colin wants to know the gap to the leader, which is 10 seconds a moment, which is more than enough to come, more than enough for Duke and below. As my goodness me, as somehow Mr. Raging Bull has kept that out of the wall. I thought that would have been curtains. That would have been curtains for anyone who has not got as much skill as Mr. Raging Bull. Mr. Raging Bull, absolutely brilliant skill to keep that out of the wall. Goodness gracious me, because that Mercedes, if I was driving it, would have been plastered down the wall and would have been written off. Great driving from Mr. Raging Bull. However, Mr. Raging Bull ain't going to care about that at the moment. He's going to be more upset about the position he's lost there. As once again, Vessier as Toria having a great scrap. Here comes Marsky. Marsky's had enough of following Delando. Yellow flags, and that's a McLaren off. I think it's Kiki. Marsky has taken the lead, and Marsky has taken the lead then. And Caddy, and look at this on the outside. Mr. Raging Bull is fine. Delando's trying to get the power down, and now Mr. Raging Bull's on the outside. He's going to have the race line. He is through. Delando's just gone from first to third in the narrow corners here. And my word, absolutely intense this one is said. Flippy as the Aston Martin of Archie beaten on a different strategy, so that means that they've all got through at the moment then. That I don't know where I'm going. Where am I going? There I am. So there's the interval at the moment then. So we're just going to keep a look at the intervals. We'll go back to the lead times in just a jiffy. Marsky leads. Great to see Marsky back in the lead of a Grand Prix. We haven't seen this since the back end of bronze set, and I feel it now that Marsky's got the horror of bronze out of his mind then, and now he is fully focused on this season. And this season, I think for Marsky, I think this season the championship's probably gone from Marsky's point of view, albeit it is so tight in the championship, anything can happen still. But we're at half distance after this race. Yellow flag again, and it is Kiki who is. I think there's frustration in the McLaren, unfortunately for Kiki. May Ranoff has just got through, and look at these cars here, goodness me. R2 beat that. Not letting anyone through the moment. Mr. Raging Bull has now taken the lead then into turn one. My golly gosh, and I don't know where to look, to be honest. It's incredible racing. Flippy has got past Durbine, so Flippy is now starting to come through the field. And of course, remember what Percy did last night. He came through the field like a hot knife through butter, and that is what won in the race. And we could see the same here again tonight then. And oh my word, there's issues down as Gordo is Kiki and Gordo have become the blows, and there is yellow flags there. I'm always very certain respect when there's a yellow flag and two drivers are there, because I am a very sinister young man indeed. Unfortunately, that statement's not true because I'm not young. Mr. Raging Bull leads 5/10 of a second, and Marsky and Delando second and third. Lap 15, Kiki's got 10-second penalty. Frustration for Kiki. Unfortunately, out of the Grand Prix for Kiki, and I think that it all went a bit awry when he half spun there. Unfortunately, at the one of the chicanes there, I think it was the turn 9 and 10 chicane or the 8 and 9 chicane in the mid part of the lap. But here comes Marsky. Marsky's going for it. He's having a look then. But Mr. Raging Bull sticks to the racing line and keeps the lead then. Mayronov has got past Kian there, both on the similar strategy as they're going down the back straight. And the yellow flag is for the McLaren driver out of the race. And Farf has got past Jay Hings there. Whoa, Farf is almost, oh goodness me, he almost was like a spinning top there, but he somehow kept it somehow kept it going. But Farf is out of DRS race. That is the gap to the leader. That is not the gap it's not the gap though to the interval then. I know I joke, but generally my heart is sinking for Kiki at the moment. A lot of frustration for Kiki because Kiki has always had the speed. Then, to be honest, the most difficult part of any F1 game, any driver, is getting the genuine speed. If you've got the genuine speed, then the rest is easier to maintain, isn't it? Or is easier to learn from. That's what Total Wolff said of Kimi Antonelli. Kiki's a lot more experienced than Kimi Antonelli. But yes, of course, you would rather have a rather have a fast driver, and you just need to tailor it in the Grand Prix there. Unfortunately for Kiki though, it's yellow flag there. Something's got a bit awry down down the hairpin. What's happened? Riley's left the session as well. R2B has dropped down the order. My goodness gracious me, coming across the line once again. Someone's got a big old exhaust outside my window. Obviously compensating for something. Duke has got a 3-second penalty. And Kean has as well. That's crucial. And R2B, goodness gracious me. That is crucial in this Grand Prix. Oh my word. Look, Farf is now 2 seconds out of the DRS range. Farf and Jay Hinks has been dropped by the top three now. The Duke has got penalties. Flippy has not got penalties, and Flippy is currently leading Duke by less than a tenth of a second, less than a second then. And they're both within DRS range, but Flippy has now got a 4-second window between himself and Tory here. So Flippy can now start to stretch his legs then as we come up to half distance then. The gap to Duke and the lead is down by another second. It's down to 9.2 so far then. As my goodness me then, of course, Colin wants to keep me on my toes. And to be honest, it's a very good idea from Colin as well, because Colin wants to know the gap then, because of course that is going to be crucial as this race transpires. Lap 17 out of 35 here. That exhaust was a pimp coming to slap you. I hope not. Then more importantly, how's he got such a good connection there when he's outside my window? Out of the final turn, unless he's got connection to my router, which to be honest, I will be surprised by. And then again, has my router even got good connection? Let's find out. I don't know, to be honest. It probably has. I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest. To be honest, I was actually just trying to quite slightly blow my nose, but it didn't go very well. My nose is so red now, goodness me, and so sore. May Randolph is now up in 12th position. He doesn't care about my nose, but what he does care about is at 12th position, and he's got past Irvine. 2 retirements in this Grand Prix. They are Kiki and Riley. May Randolph has got more penalties, unfortunately. We'll look at the penalties later on in this Grand Prix. Farf is now 2 seconds out. There he is in the background in the Willy. Then we got Jay Hinks. Oh, Marsky, that's another penalty as well, and he was caught red-handed or green-handed going over the curbs as Gordo out of the Grand Prix as well, and it's a safety car. Gordo, what's happened? Now Gordo's crashed there I thought he was going to the pits, but he's crashed coming into the Wall of Champions, and it's a safety car. Oh my goodness, sponsored by Nord VAP. VAP? Oh, no, VIP, no, VPN. Or we could be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Into the pits and oh my goodness, Mr. Raging Bull just slowed the car down. Now this is interesting. Unfortunately for Bessia, this is going to be painful because he's too close to his teammate. This is the problem about two very competitive drivers that really cost you. But Gordo out of the race, and he's crashed into the Wall of Champions there, sadly. And now out of the pits now does come. And look, Flippy has stayed out. So Flippy has stayed out here. Who else has stayed out? All the drivers on the hard tyres have stayed out then. So this is a split strategy now. This is going to get very interesting. Look, there's Mr. Raging Bull. He's in front of the Duke. And the Duke, who was on pole position for the first time in his career, is now in 4th position. Kian is in 5th. And we got a mixture of hards and medium tyres. Tori in the 11th position. Great stuff with Vessier. Vessier has, he hasn't lost too much time, actually. I think he's lost 1 position to Tori. And that's it. Irvine cut out of the pits then. What about Reflections then? Reflection and Kaidar, this has brought them very much back into the race then. All medium, says Serious Russian. Everyone has followed Serious Russian's instructions, apart from Flippy. His instructions. It could be Serious Russian's instructions. Everyone has followed Serious Russian's advice, apart from Flippy, Nameless, Duke, Kian, and May Randolph there. On the pits now comes Reflections. Kaidar has just pitted, and of course the 2 Haas cars are looking very dirty at the moment, aren't they? There they are. A bit of air time as well for Reflections and Kaidar. Not much to write home about so far in the championship for Reflections, albeit a great 4th position last time, a couple of weeks ago in Emilia Romagna. Flippy waited for Marsky. Flippy waited for Marsky. Will pit next lap, says Serious Mushroom. That's very nice of him. I wouldn't have. No, he's staying out. Let's take a look at... And also, remember that these drivers have not got penalties in front there. So, Flippy has got no penalties, nor is Nameless either. Mr. Rage has got a 3-second penalty, along with Duke, along with Kian. 6 seconds for May Randolph, 3 seconds for Delando. 9 seconds for Marsky. That's going to be paid. painful towards the end there. Far for only 3 seconds there. Good stuff indeed there. I didn't mean to say only 3 seconds there. It's just a simpler turn. To be honest, I thought 5 had more penalties than that, to be honest. But only 3 seconds so far. Jay Hings, no penalty. 6 seconds for Vestier and Torre. 3 seconds for Irvine. 6 seconds for RTB, Camaro, Reflections, and Kai Dow. Marsky currently has got 3. Mediums would be about 4/10 quicker a lap, but with the DRS, and you can keep up with the hard set. Says Ginnerden. So yes, even though the medium tires are only 4/10 quicker, if it is a bigger deficit, then that might be come to fruition here, and the hard medium tires might have been the better tire to be on. I think. However, as Ginner said, because of safety cars going to stay out for another lap, I feel, and then of course more laps are better for the medium tyres. Of course, Ginner's saying then that of course with the DRS, and it is going to be very difficult to break that DRS there, isn't it, for anyone who is on the medium tyres, and it's just going to drag the hard tyres up then. Mistake that, says Serious Mush. There's a Serious Mush. Safety cars in this lap. Goodness me. I thought I had another lap to waffle on about world events, which I find frustrating. Like Ben Salim. that's the only world event that upsets me. The rest of the world events I try not to get involved in because I have I don't understand and I have no idea. Right, only 3 drivers that haven't got penalties then. When are we going? So Flippy is going to wait till the last minute. Now we're go. No, we're not. Flippy then, of course. Now we're golden. So Flippy accelerates out the fast chicane. Then we're back racing on lap 21. But we got 15 laps to go. Flippy, nameless, followed by Mr. Ranger Ball, who's going to be flying on those medium tyres. And Duke. And who is that? Simon at the inside then. And Mr. Ranger Ball. Oh no! And Mr. Ranger Ball is off the circuit. And he's going to be down into 11th position now. So there's going to be a lot of drivers. And they're going to be keen to get going in this one. But Mr. Ranger Ball from 3rd position has fallen off the road. Or did he get a push? I did not see. Fast down on the inside of Marsky, and Marsky's not going to have any of it there, and repels the attack of Fart. Oh no! And sadly that is not ideal, and unfortunately Farf in the wrong place at the wrong time. Same with Marsky. I think it was May run off, and it's started to half spin then on those hard tyres, and it's caused all kinds of issues there. Farf and Marsky, innocent bystanders there. That is not ideal. May ran off here, just got on the power and just spun at the rear wheels, and we got issues at the hairpin there. Camera Racer dropping down the order. Irvine is stuck through number 12 position here. Good stuff indeed there for Irvine. Here comes Kaidao, who's also now starting to find his feet in this Grand Prix. He's got a bit of a revival here, hasn't he? As Kaidao then far damaged, and surely along with Marsky, along with May ran off as well. The DRS is now going to be enabled then. Who's the highest medium runner? Is Delando, and here he is, and he's up in 5th for this time. He needs to get a move on now on lap 22 out of 35, but Farfar's got a penalty, so Farfar unfortunately has been added that he may have ran off there, says Serious Much. Goodness gracious me. Oh dear. But as out of the race goes, may run off sadly. Yellow flag then for the 4th retirement in this interesting and very grueling Canadian Grand Prix at the moment there. So there's the top 5. Jay Hinks is just about hanging into the DRS zone, but I got to say hanging is the operative word here because he is struggling. Camarisa, and look at that up the inside. Oh my goodness me, it's going to be 3 abreast, is it? And look at that, and Kian up the inside, and Kian there is up in his 2nd position. Nameless is ghosted, and Kian is won a maneuver, and up in his 2nd position there. Whether that's a dive bomb or not remains, well, it probably was, but goodness me, and now May ran off there. My goodness me, he takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix and gets ahead of Flippy, and Delando's in trouble. Delando had a blow with the wall, has he? I think he has that. And now here comes the other. Oh my goodness me, and this race has completely gone off the rails. Wow, incredible. And oh goodness me, as Delando is fighting with Jay Hinks now. Jay Hinks is getting a bit squirrely. There is Kian who leads the Grand Prix. Of course, he is not on new medium tyres. Kian is on the hard tyres, and he's a second. He is a second in front, and Kian is completely taken off in this part of the race. Where's that come from? Wow, Silver are going ham. They certainly are, and I love a bit of ham. My word there, and look at that though. Kian there is still within the DRS, and that is in important in this one. Incredible stuff indeed. That look at this, as I almost swabbed my tongue again. It's getting very interesting indeed. That Marsky in the pits, and I think that Marsky's going to have a lot of frustration. And Marsky's going to be a lap down soon while he's coming out the pits, so it may not be too bad. R2 Beat then in 10th position now, as you can see, he's getting very close there, isn't it? R2 Beat was looking at Vestia, but now all of a sudden he's gone from attack to defense here, because here comes Reflections. Reflections there, and look at this, although got DRS, and so it's kind of nullifying this. R2 Beat's having a sniff, but no dice as they go into the chicane there. R2 Beat's had a horror show of an exit there, and now Reflections there is going to be alongside. No, he isn't. He's past the Aston Martin, up into 10th position, and in the points there for the Haas car. Great, and R2 Beat, he's going for it. Oh no, not quite there. And now then he's going to have to go from attack to defence there, isn't he? And Kian there, what an incredible flurry of corners there from Kian, has gone right up into the lead of this Grand Prix. Flippy is now second, but there's no penalties there. Duke is in third position, has penalties. Nameless doesn't have penalties. Delando has penalties, but nor does Jay Hings either then. So this race is going to be crucial in terms of who has got less penalties in this race. Back on board with Flippy. Of course, this is Flippy's third race as a full-time kick salver driver, and has got DRS at the moment, and is looking strong at the moment. Oh, Kian there, not looking too strong. Flippy, who has never won a Grand Prix so far in his short career in silver, but goodness me, he is on the cusp now, isn't he? Is Flippy on board with Flippy, and he takes the lead then. Kian has never won a race either in silver this season so far. Flippy leads. Second is Kian. Third position is Duke, who has also never won a Grand Prix. He won a Grand Prix last week, I apologize. Nameless in fourth, with Delando in fifth. Delando then, who is trying to use these medium tires as advantage there, but it's not coming to fruition just at the moment there. Mr. Rage has got past one of the RBs, and that is Tori tumbling down the order. He has lost out to Vessier, as Tori and Vessier have had an absolute saga of a battle. Oh, contact there. Tori's going to be off the circuit there, and Nameless is dropping down the order as well. Nameless has dropped down and come position there. R2 Beat is now in 10th position there. What's happened to Nameless? And both Aston Martins are very much in the thick of things. Nameless is what's happened. Nameless said there's something gone wrong with Nameless. He's dropped right down into 8th position now, and this is just like last week there, where he was on course to score some major points, and it's all gone awry in the final third of this Grand Prix. Oh dear. And now here comes I was thought he might have had his his ERS, of course, the engine recovery system stuck on, but no, he hasn't there, and there's also a Ghost and Ferrari in the background as well. Something's gone wrong with Nameless there. He's losing time, hand over fist there on the hard tire side. Kian has retaken the lead there, going into the final chicane. Duke in third position there, and they come through the final chicane there, and there's Jay Hings there. What, Nameless there? Someone's gone into the barrier there. I didn't see who it was, but it's someone else. And who is that? That's far through, absolutely through caution to the wind in the background. Right, Nameless, and now let's see if we can stabilise the free fall that is happening so far. As now we got Mr. Raging Bull up into 5th position there. Good driving from Mr. Raging Bull, but he does have a penalty or two. He needs to see if he can get further up the field then. But unfortunately, as we heard from Jinner, then of course Jinner, of course, one of the bronze drivers who we are expected to be fighting for the Grand Prix win tomorrow night on a bronze, of course. Jinner then, who was saying about then that even though the medium tires are 4/10 a second quicker, getting out DRS range is nigh on impossible, isn't it? Unless the car behind makes a mistake, which is currently not happening at the moment, isn't it? And of course, why would these drivers never make mistakes? And this is why one of the most exciting silver championships in history of ALR. R2 Beat has got past Tori. Now Tori's dropped out of the points, sadly. However, this could come back for him later on. Then, of course, penalties will be crucial in this race. And back on board with the reserve driver. Flippy has retaken the lead there. And look at this. And goodness me, they're all over each other as they come across the line. And Flippy leads. He has DRS, and the Duke is alongside Kian there. Kian then, of course, who was off the pace in the power, and Delando clouds into the side of the McLaren Mercedes. And that's a Mercedes off his Mr. Raging Bull off the circuit, and the Duke has dropped down into fourth. Mr. Raging Bull farthest in the pits on soft tyres and changing the nose cone as well. Duke dropping down to fourth position there. Oh my goodness gracious me! And he's getting very fraught fraught now in the final stage of this Canadian Grand Prix. Delando is now 7/10 of a second wait, and Delando trying to make his way through the field. Oh, Sain and Kean then, who struggled for pace in qualifying, is now on course and is fighting for the Grand Prix lead. Nameless has recovered there. Oh, has he? Because Vessier's coming back at him. And Vessier there might sneak up and under there. Of course, Vessier's got more grippier tyres at this stage. The one the Red Bull said is shaking up a move there. Not quite at the Aston Martin up the inside. That's R2B, I think it is. And he's through, passes Vessier. No reflections. And now he's dropped down 2 positions there because Tori's Albert should not finish. And R2B, I say, down into 10 positions. Then Kean has retaken the lead. Then the Red Bull just had a glance and blow the wall. Oh my gosh, I'm hiding behind the cushion here. Oh, he's in the wall. And Tori taking too much curve out of the race. The same place where Jenson Button's crashed. And Irvine's got a 10-second penalty for severe collision. And that is the safety car out in the final stage of this Grand Prix. I don't think I can take any more, to be honest. This is all going big talk, says Serious Mushroom now. My goodness me. Jenson Button had a similar crash there back in the 2005, actually, didn't he? Out the race goes Tori, sadly, but it was getting a bit fraught there. Marsky into the pits then. So safety car is at the back of the queue at the moment. So I would say then that anyone knows, surely it has to be soft tires, but there's only 28, 29. I reckon the safety car being around lap 30. And that gives drivers 5 laps. It is a tough decision. Whoever comes, whatever you do, it's a tough decision, whatever you're going to do here. I got to say, I have no idea what I'll do. Marsky and Farfan are quite far behind then. I'm wondering that might even extend the safety car stint to maybe lap 31, you know. We'll find out then. Pit for softs, says Jenner. So there's me thinking, I don't know what to do. Jenner knows, pit for softs. So we are going to pit for softs. Excuse me. Oh, goodness me. All soft, says Serious Mushroom. Yes. And now the McLaren and Duke have stayed out. Oh, no. I do love a good, I do love, oh my word. There's a lot of drivers that are staying out then. Well, there's a lot of drivers coming in the pits as well. But Duke has stayed out. Jay Higgs has stayed out. Vessier, Reflections, R2B, Camaro, Kaidao, and there's all stayed out then. And I've got to say, rolling the dice here. Interesting strategical elements in this one. I think the safety car is going to be out for about, coming in lap 30, I reckon. The pit exit is short. You don't lose much time then, says Gina then. So Kean is now on medium tyres. Flippy's on medium tyres. So everyone else is coming to the pits. Has gone on softs. Doesn't Kean and Flippy have any medium tyres left, or do they believe that the soft tyres are not going to get to the end then? Soft tyres surely can do 5-6 laps, surely. I am serious, don't call me Shirley. Flippy in a 9th position there. Kean and 8th there, both on the medium tyres there. Delando is on softs. Nameless is on softs. Mr. Rage on softs. Irvine on softs. Farf is back on for a new set of boots in 14th position there. And Marsky also in there as well. This is what happens when you stay in the race then. I don't pit and quit like me, of course. But I did have an excuse. I've got a bit of a sniffle. Retirements. Tori crashed into the Wall of Champions there. Similar to Jenson Button back in 2005. Mayran, ride or die. Goodness me. They've even got serious pressure. Hings will be well up with no penalties. Defend like Jinner, says Serious Mushroom. So the runner at so Duke has not pitted. Duke has got a Grand Prix win last week in Spain then. However, it's going to be a lot more difficult now to defend from Jay Hings, who does not have any penalties, we just heard that. Also, we got Vessier, who does have penalties in 3rd position. We've Reflections in 4th, RTP 5th, Cameron 6th, I saw me turn. Card out in 7th position there. All drivers there, I've just listed on used medium tyres between lap 11 and 12 usage out of them. Then we have got Kean and Flippy, both on new medium tyres then. That should get them to the end of the race. I'm surprised they didn't go softs, you know. Then we have got the soft runners. Delando in 10th. Nameless, no penalties in 11th position there. Can salvage something here for Nameless then. 12th position, Mr. Rated Ball. He's facing the wrong way a couple of laps ago. Back into 12th position there. Bit of a revival potentially. Irvine in 13th position. Farf is in 14th with Marsky in 15th position there. Golly gosh, there's a mixture of strategies out there. Duke has rolled the dice and not decided to come into the pits at all. As there's a couple of drivers behind in there. Jay Hinks has got no penalties then, so he could elevate himself up a couple positions there. So but this safety car should be in the end of this lap then, so we'll be on lap 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 5 laps then of the Canadian Grand Prix. Oh my word. Let's put them on the outside and hold your line, says Jenna. What's the penalty situation, says Colin. Safety cars in this line. 3-second penalty for Duke. For 6-second penalty for Vestier. 6 seconds for reflections for R2B. 9 seconds for Camera Racer. 6 seconds for Kaidar. Kian on 3 seconds. Flippy, no penalties. Delando, 3-second penalties. Nameless, no penalties. 3 seconds for Mr. Rage for Irvine. 6 seconds. 9 seconds for 9 seconds for Marsky. Let's keep the penalties up, shall we? Because I think that's going to be the crucial factor in this Grand Prix. Safety car, Bert Molander has gone into the pits, and hopefully that last time we see it, we're racing. And now then, so the Duke is gone then. So I think he's caught a lot of drivers a bit napping here, because I think some drivers are keen for one of them was still trying to go warm at the time. Reflections has dropped down the order. What's happened there? Reflections is in the wall, and he spun the car, and Reflections there, who was hoping to get some points, is unfortunately not going to get anything now. And that is a big shame indeed, isn't it? Now then we got so Duke leads. Can he get 6 seconds? Can he get a 3-second deficit in the final couple of laps on very old worn hard tyres? And that is going to be a mammoth hill to climb then, isn't it? Jay Hings, Flippy, Nameless and Kian for driver of the day. Then get your votes in. I would say hold off actually, because I don't have a clue what is going to happen in this one, especially with penalties and all other kinds of things going on here. Now we're on board then with Kian and Clyde. Potentially can he score points here tonight? That is on the cusp. But this is the Haas driver. This is great driving from Kaidar. Can he keep up that? And Kaidar though is almost a second away now from Camera Racer. Kian needs to make this move. He does make the move up the inside track position there. And now Flippy goes past as well. Kaidar then is trying to fight them, but on old medium tyres, and he just hasn't got the tools for the job there. And Flippy down up into 6th finish, 7th finish, and Kian up in 6th at the moment there. Lap 31 then, as these laps do fly by. Look at Jay Hings all over the gearbox, and then we've got R2B, Camera Racer, Kian, Flippy, Dilando, who's also got past Kaidar as well. Kaidar is sadly dropping like a stone here. Here comes Farfed, he's never shy for an overtake there. And what about Nameless? And he's up the inside as well. Nameless is into the 9th position there. Kaidar, oh, there's contact, and that's more contact. That is, it's getting very precarious here. Farfed, ever opportunistic there for Farfed, back into 10th position. There's the Williams driver. And my goodness me, Kaidar then all being forced off the circuit. There is Kaidar. And sadly for Kaidar, he's dropping down like a stone. And Reflections, what a shame for Reflections, because I think he was in the ballpark of getting some good points here. Dillander could get some points. Jay Higgs got a 3-second penalty. That is crucial on the outcome of this Grand Prix. My goodness gracious me, let's take a look at the leader. That's the leader. Rowan Flippy is on the cusp of winning this Grand Prix, and his first Grand Prix of his career. Oh my goodness gracious me then. But Flippy does have a couple of cars in front of him then. And there's issues that Camera Racer's ghosted for some reason. Kian has just driven past him there. There comes Kian. Duke has lost the lead there because Jay Higgs now leads, and this is going to be a race then to the line. And who's on? That's Flippy, who's trying to get past Camera Racer as well. As there they come then. And Camera Racer still in front there. My word. And Duke trying to come back out in there. Lap 33 out, 35, yellow flag in the background. What's happened? And Kaidar's having an issue then back at the front. Jay Hings leads him. Flippy is trying to get past. Camero is a very tough cookie to crack. It's the Dilando, who's now in 8th position at the moment. That's a leader, thank you. It's like great minds think alike, Gina. Absolutely. Oof, my word. Jay Hings leads. Duke in second. Vetter in third position with R2B, Kian. And then Flippy is now within that 3-second window. There he is. And Flippy is currently our de facto leader with all the penalties taken into account. Then Jay Hings has lost out to Duke. I wonder if Jay Hings is more thinking about the DRS on the back straight. Here comes Kian now, and he is alongside R2B. He's going to go on the outside, is he? He's going to try. Up the inside goes R2B and passes Vessier. There's a bit of a Constantino effect at the hairpin. Vessier is on the inside, and he'll have the outside though, and he'll have the racing line going into the final chicane as well. Duke leads, and Jay Hings has got back through and is retaking the lead then. That's what Jay Hings needs to do for the final couple of laps, but Duke is going to be aware of that now, I'm sure of it. And Duke's got another penalty. That is crucial, and that's going to lose Duke another couple of positions there. Duke then is just trying to pop out the slipstream then. As Camera Racer's lost out, then Kayan Kian is up the inside. Flippy and Kian are fighting and more merging. And Kian's lost out to this gaggle of cars here. Kian is fighting for the World Championship. He's got to be careful here. As Kian now in the fifth position. Duke is dropping out in sixth. But remember that Flippy has gone. What's happened? As Flippy is through. R2B is dropping down the order as well. Flippy now into fifth position. And Vessier, I don't know what I'm doing. Vessier is now in the fourth position. There comes Kian. And Kian is almost through. And Kian is back up into second position. Is he? Not quite. And he's got DRS. And as now it's the two Red Bulls. And I don't wonder if we're going to do a bit of Red Bull teamwork here. Kian's up in his second position. The Duke has dropped out to third. And dropped down to fourth now. Flippy is now in the fourth position. I wonder now if Jay Hings is going to park his car and allow Kian there to just drop out, just to race off into the distance there. But both of them are fighting for the World Championship though, aren't they? My word. You do not know, to be honest, I'm not sure if Jay Hings would like that, to be honest, at lap 34 out of 35. Kian takes the lead then. Jay Hings is now down to second position. Vessier in third position. Flippy is still leading this race then. Farfur's got a penalty, unfortunately. Lap 35 out of 35. Red Bull leads. Red Bull second. Williams in third with Kian Sauber in fourth position there, having a sniff. And look at Dilando also having a sniff as well. And where's the Duke on those hard tires? Those hard tires not going to pass an MOT test anymore. And in sixth position, Cameron in seventh position. R2B in eighth position. On board now with Dilando. Oh, bit of slipping inside of there. Look at the gap. Look at the gap. It's now 1.5 seconds. There is 2.3 seconds between Flippy and Flippy always having issues there as well. There's a bit of ghost in there. And look at this. And Jay Hings there. Is he holding up the race to the driver? He surely is. He needs to hope up Flippy, obviously, as oh my goodness me. And Flippy is now from 2.6 seconds, 2.7 seconds. And Jay Hings are doing the ultimate teamwork here. This is incredible. And now Flippy trying to go to the inside. And Flippy can see that gap just growing and growing out of the hairpin. And it's all getting very tight as the Kian has almost got the 3 second mark. He has it. Kian there is on the final back straight. And here comes Farfur. Here comes Camera Racing. And it's wheel to wheel. And look at this as Jay Hings there is defended. Jay Hings is parting on the inside. It is 800ths of a second there. Out of the final turn. Kian crosses the line first. But who's going to win the Canadian Grand Prix? It is Kian who wins the Canadian Grand Prix. What an incredible teamwork there from Red Bull and from Kian and from Jay Hings as well. That is absolutely fantastic driving from the Red Bull team. Absolutely magnificent stuff indeed. Nameless recovers to third position. Flippy is second today. We got Irvine. What a drive from Irvine, and that's his best result of his season so far. It's been a horror show season for Irvine. Vesser, Delando, Duke down into 8th position with Mr. Rage, and 10th position is someone. I do not know who it was. That's incredible teamwork. That's one of the best displays of teamwork I've ever seen in ALR Formula 1. And Kian there, well, I'm going to be honest, I look like that after that incredible race out. But that is amazing, isn't it? Of course, Formula 1 is a team sport at the end of the day, isn't it? And, of course, Red Bull maneuvered themselves to be involved in that as well. Jay Hings is still involved in the championship there, but I think that Jay Hings also saying that he did, Jay Hings there, I think, took one for the team there potentially, or maybe we're just looking too much into it, but I feel that Jay Hings would not have lost that much time in the end there. What a drive from Jay Hings there, and actually Jay Hings would be my driver of the day just for that teamwork alone. That's incredible stuff indeed then. Absolutely fantastic. Ending sounded like a race at Cheltenham then. Absolutely, goodness me. I don't think you'll get a better ending than that though, are you? Well, fantastic. Of course, Real Ashton, one of my rivals in bronze tomorrow. Of course, I would say good luck to Real Ashton, but I kind of don't want Ashton to have any luck because I want to score more points. Let's take a look at the classification, and Kian gets that as his first ever Grand Prix win in his silver career. Second position, I think it is actually. Let's take a look. I think it is. Let me get yes, it is. Kian wins his first ever race. Flippy second. Nameless in third position. Jay Hings in fourth. What a performance from Red Bull. Irvine, great drive in fifth position. Would have been one of my drivers of the day, to be honest. Sixth position is Vestia. Delando seventh. Duke only down in eighth for the end then. That late safety car really hurt Duke. Mr. Raging Bull ninth. And R2B in the top 10 then. Farf also salvages a point in 11th position with Cameron 12th. Kaidan in 13th. Marsky in 14th. 15th is Reflections. Retirements was Tori, Mayra, ran off Gordo, Kiki, and Riley all retired from this epic Canadian Grand Prix. Sean's a bit of a horse, and I wish I was hung like a horse, but sadly I'm not. Then maybe actually my undercarriages, if am I allowed to say that? Probably not. But yes, my undercarriage is a bit of a it's a bit hung like that, especially when I'm on all fours. Why am I on all fours? I hear you. I said I don't want to divulge that information. Nameless wants to be invited into the party. How do I invite? All right, here we go. This is going to be fun, isn't it? Right, 1 second. Oh gosh, I'm not even in my party, am I? Goodness me. Oh goodness. Right, let me get into the right party. This is absolutely shambolic, isn't it? From the commentator. Goodness me. Hang on, how do I spare my blushes? I don't. What party am I even in? I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. We got Flippy and Nameless then, who got second and third today. And we're going to start off with Flippy first because I'm going to be honest, Flippy. How are you angry about what happened in the end of that race? Of course, it was great teamwork by the Red Bull team, but I must say that it looked very good up until that final lap.
Yeah, I think the Red Bull was just lagging everywhere. I don't know. I didn't see what happened, but when I went side by side with him, like on the penultimate lap on turn two, which is, I think it was lag, just banging onto me like constantly, and I couldn't like get my throttle down, so I had to back out. I don't know how we got past the front three at the end, but I don't know if lag helped a bit or not. But yeah, that one certainly feels like a one I should have won, a race I should have won. Yeah.
Yeah, we certainly seen some some images that I probably should be shown before the watershed, but yeah, there was some connection issues potentially, which certainly caused some potential issues there. But also towards the end of that race as well, I think Jay Hings there did lose a lot of time towards his teammate in the end, then potentially holding up the rest of the field for Kian to get the victory there. I said that was good sportsmanship then, but how do you feel about that then? Because you had no penalties throughout all the race and you was in prime position right up into that final lap.
I mean, motorsport's a team sport. That's why you have two cars for each team. I mean, I work with my teammate on the leagues as well, so I'm not mad about that. I'm more mad about the lagging and stuff like that, yeah. But teamwork is always a part of motorsport, I believe. So yeah, I'm not pissed about that at all.
Yeah, yeah, we did speak about the lag as well. Then, so and of course, it was on the final couple of laps, wasn't it, where you and Keane was getting very close then, and especially down into turn three. So, you and Keane was actually side by side going down into turn three and four in that first chicane of the lap. Then, so you backed out of it because you were concerned about the connection there.
Yeah, because I was side by side with him on, I think turn two. Is that turn two? The long right-hander. And then he just started banging me. I can feel the left of my car just being like pushed on constantly. So I was like, I'm not gonna risk a move into a fast chicane like turn three or four with him side by side and lagging. So I just backed out.
And how frustrating was that safety car towards the end of the race then for yourself, Ed? Um, I'm a bit and ahhing about that safety car, whether it helped or hindered you. What's your viewpoints about that safety car with the final couple of laps to go? Did you feel that cost you the win?
Yeah, because in that train, I think before the safety car, the train I was in, most people had penalties behind me. I think like five cars in a row had penalties. So basically, I just had to keep people without penalties and keep on track for the win. So yeah, that safety car didn't definitely cost me the win, I believe. But it is racing, it is what it is. So yeah.
But on the positive, you've finished second twice. You have finished fourth twice. You've only had one retirement in your career, very short career as silver. You've been absolutely fantastic and really making a splash in this championship. Then, of course, you only came in round four, I believe, was in Miami. Do you think that you're an outside challenger for this championship? You certainly got the consistency at the moment, and all that's lacking is that first Grand Prix win.
Championship first, not quite. I'm just aiming for like top three in the championship because I think points wise, I'm not gonna get like I think the gap is like 60, 70 with like 10 races remaining. I don't think I'm gonna get the gap unless the top drivers like get like the NFs or retirement something like that. But yeah, maybe not championship, maybe just top three in the drivers.
And of course, we got a Mystery Grand Prix next week. Then, of course, you made your debut on the Mystery Grand Prix in Miami. You certainly made a splash there as well with getting full position. I think it was in the RB. But Mystery Grand Prix next week. Then, how do you feel about that? Are you confident about these Mystery Grand Prix, or would you rather know what race is coming up?
I mean, I haven't looked what tracks are for the Mystery Grand Prix. Depends on the tracks, obviously. If it's like track that I like, then I don't think I'm prepped for much anyway. So yeah, I mean, I'll just straight like any other race, just try go for the win and just stay out of trouble.
Really well done today with a second position. I wish I was disappointed to be second. That's fantastic stuff today, Flippy. Great drive to I think that is your your second podium of your career. I apologize. Well done, Flippy. Great drive. And then let's come to Nameless and Nameless. I thought I was expecting to be sitting here talking to you last week, but it kind of came a bit undone in the final few laps in Spain. Then, but do you think that this is a bit of redemption, or do you feel that that's still 18 points lost there, which may cost you later on in this championship?
Yes. So I'm still living with the heartbreak of last week because the frustrating thing about last week is that we were so far ahead that I had time to spin and turn around and finish second, but because I got beached on the grass and I didn't know if I could reset myself to track, so I just got beached and in the end I finished P11. So, but yeah, today it was so different because I didn't have the pace to be honest. I honestly don't know where the quali lap came from. But yeah, in the race, I just tried to survive. I don't even know in what position I crossed the line. There was like five wide ahead of me going to every corner. I just tried to survive and don't get any warnings. And somehow I made it over the line. I was so relieved. And I was shocked when I saw P3, to be honest.
And my goodness me, and it was certainly about a survival, wasn't it? Did you not know who had penalties in front of you? And if you did not know, how difficult was it not to like stick your nose in because potentially these points could really tip the championship in your favour. So how difficult was it to like not know what was going on in the race?
Yeah, it was so messy because I was in the middle of the pack on softs, but I don't know why I didn't have the confidence of other people. I straight away lost DRS to Delano after the second safety car restart, and after that I knew I just had to survive. And there were so many people passing me, and yeah, but they had penalties. I just tried to survive. I didn't know what was going on in the race. I didn't know who was leading. I just saw like 10 cars ahead of me, and I was just trying to survive.
And you certainly did that with a great third position today. And of course, with those safety cars towards the end, then well, it's the one safety car towards the end, then we seen the Duke stayed out, and unfortunately he ended up eighth in the end. Then, do you feel that you've made the right call? I would say you've made the right call to finish third today, but do you think that do you think if you did a different strategy today, you could have got second or even the Grand Prix win?
I don't know, to be honest, because I think I didn't have the confidence on the softs because I was running on old hards, and I didn't know how hard I was able to push, and I was feeling comfortable on the hards though. So I don't know. I was the only one without penalties, so maybe. Oh no, Flippy had, of course, Flippy also without penalties. But to be honest, I don't know. I had no idea today. I just knew what strat I was gonna do and then just tried to survive.
And talking of survival, next week we got the Mystery Grand Prix. What was the same question I asked Flippy? How are you concerned about the Mystery Grand Prix next week, or is it like it is what it is? And of course, with the lack of knowledge then going into what Grand Prix is, it might hinder you. But how are you feeling?
I'm someone I need to practice very much before races. So not knowing which track exactly is gonna come is not very good. I don't like that for my confidence. And in the last Mystery Grand Prix, I think there was Jeddah and Bahrain, and those are tracks I really like, and Miami, and that is like my least favorite track. And but somehow I got a podium there as well. But yeah, I don't like Mystery Grand Prix. It's fun in some sort, but it's not good for my pace and confidence.
Very honest with you, and it's not very good for my spreadsheets either. It really upsets me. Well done today, Nameless. What a drive to your fifth podium of the season, I believe. Let me lean forward. It is indeed. Well done indeed, then. So, what an incredible race that was, and I'm going to lie down now because that was incredible. Tomorrow night, it is going to be a rewind, then. It is going to be the third time, then, that we're going to be racing in Canada. And, of course, the Bronze Championship, then, is very much up for grabs still because we ain't even halfway distance yet. But Luke leads by 3 points away from Dan. We have, of course, Dynamo Dan, the second Dan there, only 20 points adrift. The top three very much within a Grand Prix win of each other. Then we've got Jinner, who's 27 points away, and Serious Mushroom only 31 points away as well. It's going to be crack-a-lacking. I cannot wait for that then. See you tomorrow night for the bronze race in Canada. Goodbye.